Hello and welcome to this video. It's an introduction to XETA Black. I am the Chief Communications Officer for XETA Capital. And what I'd like to do is just shoot a very short video kind of introducing you to what XETA Black is, how it works, and how you can participate if you're interested. So we are here at the front-facing website of XETABlack.com. And this is just going to go ahead and explain what XETA Black is. I won't read it, word for word, but I'll kind of explain a little bit. So XETA Black is a premier offering. It's our newest product. We are a business first, meaning that in a traditional business, you have multiple products. XETA Black is one of many products. So XETA Black is a premier offering that allows direct access to our high frequency trading fund without any kind of risk of a token. So a lot of projects, crypto projects specifically, you will typically have a token, and that token will shoot up in value and shoot right back down in value. And it creates a risk from the perspective of the individual wanting to get involved, because now you have to sit here and watch a token. What is the token price doing? How is that factored into the overall crypto market? Not so with XETA Black. There actually is no token. You go straight in with a stable coin, and a stable coin is a cryptocurrency that is pegged 1-to-1 with the US dollar. So one coin equals $1. It's called USD coin. It's a stable coin. You go in directly with stable coin. Everything participates in the XETA Black ecosystem with a stable coin. So there's no utility as far as a token that you have to go buy somewhere, watching the charts. You don't have to do anything. XETA Black is very much hands off, as opposed to other cryptocurrency projects that you have to constantly be involved in and read hours a day on announcements. XETA Black is very, very straightforward. It's designed for those who want to put their money in, get a return, walk away, come back in a month, withdraw their profits. Straightforward and simple. The high frequency trading fund, which we will get into in a moment, we trade through our partner with Gaxis Holdings, as well as equity. Gaxis Holdings is a private wealth management firm. You will not find much online of a web presence from them because, again, private wealth management firm serving high net worth individuals inside of a circle and a network. So they don't actively go out trying to obtain new customers. They don't do direct response marketing to people who have $20 million. That's just not how they operate. It's a little bit of a different kind of ball game. So they use our broker, and our broker is Equity, EQUITI.com, and they are a licensed and certified broker in multiple countries and jurisdictions around the world. They are the regulated custodian of the funds, okay? And we perform high-frequency trading on the Forex market. We trade 5 different Forex currency pairs, including gold. Now, without getting too much into the weeds about what high-frequency trading is, I would encourage you to do a quick Google search. You can actually find a couple of really good YouTube videos. But essentially, at super high speeds, you are getting in and out of trades. It requires algorithmic computer power, right? High-end computer power. It requires low-latency networks. So you need to have a short network connection to where you're performing the trades. It requires high-end signal services to send the signal to the algorithms to perform the super fast trading, to get in and out of trades, and all sorts of stuff. So it's a very expensive network to build if you were to do it on your own. And especially when you're talking at an institutional level, you're talking millions, multiple millions to build something of that level. So that's what we offer. And it's a service that is typically well out of reach within the common person, including myself, unless you have a super high net worth. And because we can go in and out using a cryptocurrency, it allows the average sort of person, typical, everyday person, even with 6 figures, would be considered an everyday person with a high-frequency trading fund of this caliber, to be able to participate when normally it would be well outside of your reach, just based on a normal net worth value. So, I'll read a little bit of this, but basically XETA Black works in 2 ways to participate. One is a Black account, the other is a Black pool. Now, I'm going to show you with my own wallet, my own account, what each of these are. I'm also going to show you another user that has participated with their permission, had a screen record of their wallet. So I want to show you what it looks like when you put at least 100,000 into a black pool and what it looks like just to buy black accounts, just as an example of the two. So when you come to XETA Black, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit here if I can. When you come to XETABlack.com, you're going to notice there are some images that you can click on to enlarge. So if I click on this, zoom back out, you can see actually you can enlarge this. So this is a black account. A black account is a sunk cost. What it means is that you can't pull out your principal. So black accounts come in three flavors: a $250, a $500, and a $1,000 version. They all earn up to 30% per month, but it's a flat return. It doesn't compound, and you don't maintain your principal, which means it takes you 100 days to actually get your money back. And then after that, for 265 days, you can decide what to do with your profits. You can either build more black accounts or just cash out or do whatever you want, but it does last for 1 year. So it's a little bit of a different, it's actually more of a, I'll say a crypto DeFi, decentralized finance, which is a crypto term, mechanism. But you do need at least one black account to get access to the pools, which is really more where people want to participate, is the pools. But if you didn't have a lot of capital, if you're like, I don't have $100,000, I have maybe 10, black accounts might be better for you. And I'll show you that once I get into my wallet. But I'm just kind of, walking you through this really quickly. They have a $25 per month fee. So that makes the $1,000 black account value proposition better than $250 and the $500, even though they all earn up to 30% per month. They have the same fee. So ideally, you would be getting more bang for your buck at the $1,000 black account if you can afford it. And there's a $25 per month fee. There's a 2.5% withdrawal fee that's deducted from the amount that you withdraw. And then there's black pools. And what a black pool is different. So depending on the amount of capital you have to deploy into XETA Black will determine the tier level of black pool that you can participate in, and of course determine the maximum amount you can earn per month. So for example, I'm going to click this image. You can zoom in again and enlarge this. If you had $1,000 and that's all you had, you could put it into a black pool that earns up to 5% per month. If you had 10,000, you could put it into a black pool that earns a maximum of 10% per month. 25,000, 15%, 50,000, 20%, 100,000, 25%, and finally 250,000 at 30%. Now, when you buy a black pool, you can't add to it later, so you have to be a little strategic about this. For example, if you knew you were going to have $100,000, say, in a month from now versus $50,000 now, and you're like, well, I'll put 50,000 and put another 50 in. It doesn't work like that. If you wanted the $100,000 pool, you have to buy it all at once. So there's no adding to it later. So these are set minimum and maximum amounts. So once you buy into a black pool, a couple things happen. So your principal can always be withdrawn. So you can completely liquidate your position out of a black pool and get your original principal as well as any profits back. But that does take 84 days. 90 days, we'll just say for easy math. But it does take 84 days for you to be able to actually pull everything out. And the reason for that is because we found that in the trading, the high frequency trading fund, it actually makes more sense to lock in principal and original investment for at least that amount of time, because you really need to allow it to compound to get that kind of power out of the high frequency trades. This is not a get rich quick scheme. This is not a guaranteed returns. There's no such thing as guaranteed returns. But we found that, having your principal locked for at least 3 months is really ideally that sweet spot to be able to take advantage of the actual fund and the trade inside that fund. You can withdraw your profits only if you want 28 days after you build the pool. So you build the pool on, say, April 1st, right? April 29th, you can withdraw your first amount of profits. Then it can take up to 28 days to receive it. And the reason is because anytime you close out positions inside of the fund, you're hedging out. You have to take that fiat, convert it back into cryptocurrency. There has to be a manual review on it for compliance reasons, and then it's sent out. That process can take up to, doesn't mean it will, but up to 28 days to receive. So it's worth noting. So inside of the pools are the same sort of fee structure as the accounts, which are 2.5% to build it, So for example, if you were to build a $100,000 black pool, you would pay 2.5% to build it, $2,500 to build it, and you pay 2.5% each month to maintain it. It's a monthly management fee. Now that fee changes with the principal balance. So for example, if you go from $100,000 and you make 25%, $125,000, that 2.5% monthly management fee is based on $125,000. It's based on your principal plus profits. And then you pay 2.5% to withdraw. These are very standard, fees that you would find any institution if you were to participate in a fund like this. Now, the cool thing is the withdrawal fee is actually deducted from what you get, so you don't need fresh capital for that. But you do need fresh capital for the monthly management fee as well as the build fee. So if we come down here, you can see an example. This is an example. Again, it's not guarantee of profits. Be very weary of anybody who guarantees anything. But this is an example. If you had a $100,000, let me zoom out. If you had a $100,000 black pool and it was earning a maximum of 25% per month, yes, these amounts are per month, not per year, and it compounded, what would that look like in a year? That's all this is just an example of what that would look like in 1 year, which would be just under 1.5 million. And that's another key point. The black pools compound automatically. The accounts don't. The accounts are like a set. If you have 10,000 in there and you make 30%, $3,000 a month, that's it. Whereas the black pools, they compound automatically daily. So what happens is, let's say you put $100,000 in today and it gets traded, and tomorrow it's 101,000. Well, what happens is the trading amount that goes into trading tomorrow is 101,000. So it's automatically compounded without you doing anything, right? That's why this example here is showing, without fees included, this example here is showing what this would compound to in a year if you didn't touch it and it made 25% every single month. And you allowed it to just compound, because it will compound if you don't touch it automatically. And of course, this second example is one of a maximum $250,000 black pool, and it was earning 30% every single month. The highest example, this is what it would be worth in 1 year if you didn't touch it and you allowed it to just continue to gain compound interest month after month, day after day actually. In 1 year, it'd be worth 5.8 million in this example. Again, without withdrawals and fees included. Returns will vary based on your activity and market conditions. Your activity meaning how often you withdraw, and so on and so forth. If we come down here, you get an example of what the dashboard looks like. We're going to show you that in just a moment. So you may say, returns like this are not possible. Well, they are, and they actually happen all the time. If you ask any floor trader, they will tell you earning 3 to 4% a day is actually very common. It happens all the time, all day, every day. Now, whether it compounds is kind of where a lot of that skill set comes in. Not all day traders and floor traders can compound their returns. It takes an emotional skill set to be able to do that. But earning 20, 25, or 30% a month is not uncommon. It happens actually all the time. Obviously, I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. You may obviously say, well, how are you making money? Fees, and in addition to anything we make over and above the 25, 30, 20%, whatever black pool you end up getting in, what we make over that. So that, that's our profit. And from that perspective, it shows that, hey, if we're willing to offer 30% a month, that means we absolutely have the capability of making more than that. Just to show that as an example. So down here, you will see disclaimer. Please read this, not financial advice. And of course, you see here on our left side, we actually have our address and our phone number. If you call these phone numbers, a live person will pick up. We'll take your questions and your feedback and pass it along to the team via email, and then we'll reach back out to you. So you should have some trading data in front of you. You should have some material in front of you in terms of what XETA Capital is, what the trading strategies are, how it works. And if you don't, kindly let the person who told you about XETA Black know, and they will either get that to you or reach out to the team. And I myself will give it to you. It's great information. It will share a lot more in terms of the trading strategies and more about equity and just more about the overall fund and how it operates. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and get into the dashboard, also called a D-app, decentralized application, which you can access in two ways. On the website, Launch App is in the upper right-hand corner. If you scroll all the way down, you'll also see engine start. We're going to go into the dashboard. This is how you participate if you're wishing to do so, and I will show you exactly how this works. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay guys, so when we click engine start, you'll see what happens next. MetaMask, you will get a notice from MetaMask. What is MetaMask? MetaMask is a Web3 crypto wallet that connects to your browser that allows you to interact with what are called DApps, decentralized applications. That's a lot, just big mouthful. Basically, to sum it up, it's a crypto wallet that installs in your browser and that allows you to interact with applications like XETA Black. So when you come in here, you are going to now connect this wallet to the XETA Black dashboard. So you're going to go ahead and click sign. Then you will be presented with the dashboard. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so you can see this a little better. So the way the dashboard works is like this. So you will see the top area is Black accounts, and the bottom area is Black pools. So I explained the difference earlier, but I'm going to show you what accounts look like, and then I'm going to show you, with permission, another user wallet that has, given me permission to share what a $100,000 Black pool looks like after a month, just to show you their dashboard. So in this dashboard, we have 3 Black accounts. Now, here's a cool thing. You can actually click these little dials, and it will spin around and show you what your accounts are. So in my case, I have 3 $1,000 Black accounts. Pretty cool little thing there. So you'll see 3 accounts, the value of that, which is $3,000, obviously, the return to date, as well as what's available to withdraw. So if you were to purchase a Black account, you would come up here and click Purchase XETA Black. You would choose 250, 500, or 1,000, and type in how many you want. So if I were to type in 10, it will show the USD coin, which again, that's that stable coin we discussed. It's pegged 1-to-1 with the US dollar. The USD coin amount is 10,000 right here. Then you'll see the fee of 2.5% is $250. So then it adds the first month's membership fee on top of that. So you're paying the initial creation, the first month 2%. That's a total for 5% or $500 in this case. So it doesn't round it up, but it calculates it to $10,500. And then make sure you read and understand what this is saying here, that you need to maintain your monthly 2.5% fees. And what happens if you don't, you have a 58-day grace period, and it just, make sure that you go through and understand that past performance doesn't constitute future performance. I agree and I understand and agree, then you would click purchase and it would walk you through that. So, if you were to have Black accounts, there's a couple things. So obviously you see XETA Black membership status. Your account is current. These are the $25 per month, Black account fees. And if obviously I was due on it, it would show right here and allow me to click one button and pay them. But let me click Black account details right here. And this will show my accounts. So you'll see obviously 1,500, 250. I have 3 1,000, which is why you see 3 right there. You can see when they expire. So they last for 1 year, which means I built this on February 14th, Valentine's Day of 2023. This one was on the 27th. This one was on the 29th. You can see when my fees are due. I can pay early if I want. I could pay ahead. So I could actually just renew these individually right now if I wanted. I won't do that just for the sake of this video. But you can see here if I click withdraw profits, first of all, you can see earnings for this one, earnings for this account, and earnings for this account, as well as when fees are actually due. Now, if you sit here and watch this, you'll notice these earnings are actually ticking up. They're moving up as we're talking. And this is all, again, you participate in XETA Black in everything with a stable coin in and a stable coin out. There is no native token. There's no bull run and the tokens going up because the crypto market. And you have to keep your eye on all the financial stuff. You don't have to bother with that. This is a set it and forget it. Come in, pay your fees, withdraw your profits if you wish to do so, or let it compound, and go about your life. Simple and easy. So you kind of notice that tick up there. So what I could do is click withdraw profits. And you can withdraw profits once every 28 days. Okay, so for example, let's say just one of these accounts was available to withdraw, but the other ones weren't because I just made these, it takes 28 days for me to withdraw. I would only be withdrawn from one account, and then I have to wait 28 days to initiate another withdrawal. So the 28 day, you can only withdraw once every 28 days is a wallet-wide thing. So it doesn't matter how many accounts you have. That's just how it works. Hope that makes sense. So if I click withdraw profits, it'll tell me what I have available to withdraw. And I could just type in 294, for example. And it would tell me what my fee is of 2.5%, and then it deducts it from the amount. So this is the one fee that I don't need fresh capital to cover. It is covered out of my withdrawal. I hope that makes sense. And then you'll notice your disclaimer again down here, same thing as before. Then with you withdraw profits, you can come in here and check on them. So if I come in here and click withdraw history, you can see that I've got a couple that are pending. So I requested one on the 15th of March, 2023, the 1st of April, and the 1st of April. And you'll notice I am actually recording this on the day that I will be receiving this. So it should be today. But this will give you an idea because it's up to 28 days to receive it. So it gives you an idea of when the completion date will be. Hope that makes sense. And you can check on that. And it will say, by the way, completed when it's completed. No need to keep track of that. So that's black accounts. That's how black accounts work. Again, it's a sunk cost. So I can't come in here and pull my principal out. I have to wait 100 days up to ROI, get my return on investment, my initial, say, $1,000 for a black account. And then after that, I got 265 days to decide what I want to do with them. And they expire in 1 year. You must have at least one black account to get access to the pools. So please keep that in mind. You can really choose. You can literally come in here and buy a $250 one if you want, and then it will unlock the pools. So that is a requirement. That one we're talking about black pools. This is kind of where the vast majority of people want to play in, and I understand the reason because they compound. It's a more powerful system than accounts. They don't expire and all that. So again, you have your $1,000, $10,000, $25,000, $50,000, $100,000, and $250,000 with the returns of 5% up to 30% per month, automatically compounding. So down here at the very bottom, this is if you say you have more than $250,000. The 30% doesn't increase, but you can just decide how much you want to put in. So it allows somebody to just make one pool. If they say they had $1 million, they just build one pool instead of building, 4 of these, for example, having to maintain 4 pools, just for a convenience factor and to make your dashboard a little cleaner and easier to use. You could come in here and, just type in $1 million, for example, and you could create the pool. And it's still, everything above this point is always going to be 30%. Must be over $250,000 in increments of $10,000. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So again, a couple things to bear in mind, just a good reminder, friendly reminder. When you create a pool, your principal is locked for 84 days. Okay, that gives the fund enough time to trade properly and take advantage of the market opportunities that exist. And at that point, if you wanted to completely liquidate your position in 84 days, you would get principal and profits. The pool would be closed out completely. And it would take up to 28 days to receive in your MetaMask wallet that I showed earlier. If you wanted to just pull profits, when you create the pool's profits are locked for 28 days, which at that point you can then choose to withdraw your profits in increments of 25, 50, 75, or 100%. And if doing that, you will pay the withdrawal fee. It will be deducted out of the amount you are withdrawing, and it will take up to 28 days to receive in your MetaMask wallet at that point. It's worth noting that XETA Black is on the Avalanche blockchain, which is something you'll have to add into MetaMask. And when you participate, you will see in MetaMask, in Avalanche, this is just more of a crypto thing than a XETA thing, but you'll notice that there's 2 different USD coins. There's a USDC token, and there's a USDC.E token. The one you want to participate with is USDC, not the .E one. I just want to make mention of that. So let me show you a video of a screen record from a user wallet who had a $100,000 black pool up for over a month so that you can get an idea of what that looks like. Okay, so this is a user wallet who had a $100,000 black pool for over a month. It's actually a month and a couple days, actually. And this individual hit 27.1%. And the reason for that is because this is over a month, so they actually did hit their maximum 25%. And then it just began compounding after that month was hit. So you would be capped at this up to that month period. So if you had a $25,000 black pool, you would hit that 15%, and then it wouldn't move until the next month started, because it's a 15%, 20, 25, 30% per month. So he had hit 25%, and then the next month started, so then he ticked up another 2.1% in his account. Just going to scroll around here. It's going to show you what it looks like to withdraw. So I'm going to pause the video for a moment. So there's a couple things here. So the first is you can withdraw just profits up here, and then you would select what your profits are, 25, 50, 75, or 100%. Now it will tell you that you have 27,121, in his example, I should say, dollars in order to withdraw. Okay, so it says you have chosen to withdraw 20 because you had the 25% button automatically selected. So it will tell you, okay, here's what you're going to withdraw, here's the fee, and then here is your amount after that fee is deducted. Then, of course, you can liquidate. This the big red button here. It says 84-day lock. So obviously, he's still inside that 84-day period, which is why he can't do it. But that will allow you to completely liquidate and remove your principal and profits from the pool if you were interested in doing so. So if he selects 100%, you'll notice that amount changes. And that's basically it. It's a very clean interface. It's a very straightforward. There's not a lot of bells and whistles. But this is, if he were to create more pools, he would see this pool and then another one below it, another one below it, which is why this amount down here exists, because if you have more than 250K, you might just want to make one giant pool. It just kind of makes your life a little easier. You don't have to bother with, multiple pools and paying multiple fees and all that. It's just a little easier to calculate. And so you'll see, again, his black pool deposits is $100,000. Total return is $27,121.37. This is just a little over a month. I think it's like 34 days, give or take. You can see this was created, if you can see that, I can't zoom into the video, but it says March 7th, 2023. And I'm recording this on the 12th of April, 2023. So this is just a little over a month. Now, currently the way pools work is that they do update once per week at the end of day Friday. So if you were to create your pool in here, you might not see any updates until Friday. And the reason for that is, well, there's a couple of reasons, but primarily the markets close end of day Friday. So the idea is to make the update feature a little more seamless and streamlined. And allows the process of when we take in even more funds and the XETA Capital fund grows, to kind of make this process easier for a whole lot of users. Right now, it's a little more in a private testing phase. There's a few million already in XETA Black, but we want to prepare for when this goes public, and that allows us to do so by having Friday updates. So it's end of day Friday, and then that's when you can choose to withdraw if you wish to do so. And so that's just a little interesting note. Make sure that, if you were to create this before Friday, you keep in mind every Friday, end of day, after markets close is when these updates will take place. That's when you'll see your return tick up. So if you don't see like an update for like a whole week, that's the reason why. And that's XETA Black. So if you guys have any questions at all, please visit XETABlack.com. And again, you can get access to the team by going to the very bottom of the website. You can see the phone number, and you can give the phone number a call if you'd like. You can also reach out to us via Twitter. We have a Twitter account at XETA Capital. We have a YouTube account, XETA Capital. We also have a Discord, and a lot of you may not even know what Discord is. It's like a giant chat community, and if you were to join that, you would be able to get direct access to myself and the team as well. Probably a little bit faster and easier than trying to reach out in other methods, but either way, a lot of people don't have Discord, and that's totally fine. You're welcome to just pick up the phone and give us a call. And that will be sent, your message, your question, whatever it is you state to the operator will be emailed to the team, and one of us will get back to you as well. But this is XETA Black. This is a decentralized, meaning anybody can participate, anonymous or not. There's no KYC, there's no identity verification, nothing like that. So it's what we call decentralized finance. It's a decentralized way to participate in a traditional finance, high-end sort of exclusive, utility investment vehicle that would typically be out of reach for the average person, other than those with a super high net worth. And we're able to bring that via using cryptocurrency as well. And if you need any more information, please go ahead and reach out to us. Thanks for watching and take care.